So what is the value of your home? What is the value of the home that you are looking to buy? The principles of real estate market value influence the way in which the estimation of real property value is approached. I must emphasize that these principles rarely, if ever, operate in isolation, but rather they tend to accompany and complement one another. For example, principles such as change and anticipation create or destroy value, but others such as supply and demand, substitution, and balance explain shifts in value. An understanding of these principles is key to the proper application of the various techniques approaching a home evaluation. Hi, my name is Stephanie Lerner, your friendly neighbor realtor, servicing in the Toronto and Greater Toronto area. If you are new to my channel, in my videos, I'm always bringing value by simplifying the hard stuff when it comes to buying and selling real estate. If that is something you're interested in, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. And if you like this video and you find it helpful, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you 10 principles of value that are essential to the process of establishing market value on a home. So let's just jump right in. Number 1, the principle of anticipation. Value is created by the expectation of benefits, money or amenities, for example, to be derived in the future, and buyers base their purchase price on the present worth of those anticipated future benefits. The appraiser estimates the quantity, quality, and duration of these expected benefits. For example, a commercial property is purchased with the knowledge that a fast food drive is being built next door, which will increase the exposure to the commercial property. Number 2, the principle of balance. Value is created and sustained when there is a proper equilibrium in the amount and location of essential types of real estate. Loss in value will result if there are more services and agencies than a neighborhood can support. For example, where there are too many drugstores in a community, either some will be successful at the expense of the others, or none will yield an adequate return on the investment. Number 3, the principle of change. Change is the law of life. It is inevitable and constantly occurring. Appraisers look for change in cities and towns, neighborhoods, and in individual properties. Change is the major reason why a market value estimate is only valid at a specific point in time. Cities, neighborhoods, and individual properties are constantly undergoing the process of change through the evolutionary stages of growth, stability, and decline. For example, a house in a neighborhood of a city where a block away a freeway is being built will command a lower price than a house in a neighborhood 3 blocks away from the freeway. Number 4, the principle of competition. Profits create competition, and excessive profits breed competition that tends to destroy those profits. For example, a fast food outlet is built on a particular street. It does so well that within 1 year, there are 3 additional outlets of similar nature on the same street. Number 5, the principle of conformity. To maintain maximum value, land must be utilized to reasonably conform to the existing standards of the area. The word reasonable is used to denote the degree of conformity. Too much conformity could be detrimental to the value, not having any conformity at all. In residential areas, variety in the styling of the buildings of the same quality presents a more pleasing appearance than rows of identical houses. Zoning regulations should protect a neighborhood from conversion to or intrusion of inharmonious uses. For example, A small town had difficulty selling lots on a particular crescent. The town allows trailers to be set up on one side of the crescent, thus lowering the price of houses on that block, as well as homes backing the trailers. Number 6, the principle of regression and the principle of progression. These principles are extensions of the principle of conformity. The principle of regression maintains that between dissimilar properties, the value of the better property will be adversely affected by the presence of the property of lesser value. For example, in a neighborhood of $50,000 to $65,000 properties, the value of a $100,000 property tends to regress towards the value of the price level typical of that neighborhood. The principle of progression is the reverse, affirming that the property of lesser value will be enhanced by proximity to better properties. Number 7, the principle of external factors. A variety of external factors are beyond the control of the property owner. External factors such as government regulations, economic conditions within the area or province, social forces such as population growth, and physical factors such as climate can dramatically affect value. Number 8, the principle of highest and best use. Highest and best use of land is the use at the time of appraisal that will most likely produce the highest net return over a given period of time. This principle is a basic premise of value. Highest and best use is estimated by the appraiser based on current market conditions. For example, a prime lot downtown Toronto is presently being utilized as a parking lot. Once the plans are finalized, a high-rise business complex is to be constructed, utilizing the maximum productivity of the land. Number 9, the principle of substitution. Where a property is replaceable, its upper limit of value tends to be set at the cost of acquiring a similar and equally desirable substitute, provided there is no undue delay in making the substitution. A prudent buyer will pay no more for a property than the cost of a similar and equally desirable property. For example, there are 3 houses on a block in a new subdivision for sale. There are similar in style, location, amenities, etc. 2 are priced at $155,000 and the third one at $169,000. The first 2 sell, the third one does not. The principle of substitution underlies all of the evaluation approaches. Cost approach is a prudent buyer would pay no more for a property than the cost of creating a similar one. Income approach, a prudent buyer would pay no more for a property than the price of another investment that would provide the same returns. And then third, direct comparison approach. A prudent buyer would pay no more for a property than the price of acquiring another similar existing property. And finally, number 10, the principle of supply and demand. This principle states that price varies directly, but not necessarily proportionately with demand, and inversely, but not necessarily proportionately with supply. The greater the amount of commodity on the market, the cheaper the price will be. If supply increases, but demand remains constant, the price will go down. If demand decreases, but supply remains constant, the price will go down. If demand increases, but supply remains constant, the price will go up. For example, spring arrives with many buyers looking for homes. The housing market is such that there are not a lot of homes for sale. Thus, large demand or small supply will fuel higher house prices. So those are the 10 key principles to keep in mind when establishing market value. In case if you need to go for any real estate valuations, take the help of a professional, experienced realtor. If you have any questions about market value, feel free to ask in the comment box below. Also, if you already have a strategy that you particularly use to establish market value, would love to hear your approach. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it valuable. If you did, make sure to show me the love by smashing that like button. And make sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. Thank you so much guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.